Welcome back. Authorities in Congo-Brazzaville are trying to establish the full extent of the damage caused by Sunday's blast at an ammunition depot in the capital, Brazzaville. 8 workers are combing through the debris in an attempt to rescue people believed to be trapped underneath. Medical personnel, as we hear in this report, are in dire need of assistance.
The destruction and devastation at the explosion site are reminiscent of a battlefield. In the streets close to the munitions depot, residents are trying to save the few belongings they have left. They're all traumatized by Sunday's deadly explosion here.
The Impila neighborhood really suffered a big disaster here, and if we start looking deeper, you will see there are still bodies buried underneath.
Survivors of the disaster display the shells they found, heavy weapons stuck so close to their homes.
We are scared. We are really scared. We lost our loved ones, our grandparents, our children. It hurts so much.
According to the Congolese army, the fires that have raged since the blast in Brazzaville are now under control. Demining operations are set to begin soon while rescue work continues. Hospitals at the capital are in urgent need of medicine to treat the hundreds of injured survivors.
We are really in need of emergency aid, whether it comes from the U.S., Europe, Africa, or even from our own business people. In our country, we need aid. We need medicine to save these people.
Medical teams from Kinshasa, Paris, or Rabat have already arrived. It's a little relief for survivors of the disaster, which killed 180 people and wounded more than 1,000.
The head of the African National Congress Youth League in South Africa is appealing the expulsion from the party. This after it was reported that Julius Malema has incurred the wrath of the ANC leadership by putting the party in disrepute. The report takes a closer look at the desperate measure taken by Malema's supporters to resign his expulsion from the ANC.
Members of the influential African National Congress Youth League rebelled against their parent organization, the ANC, Monday, vowing to appeal its decision to suspend firebrand youth leader Julius Malema from the party.
He is found guilty again. He will continue as the president of the ANC Youth League. It means we will have a president of the ANC Youth League who is not the member of the ANC.
31-year-old Malema remained silent as he attended the news briefing at the ANC headquarters wearing sunglasses and a beret his league describes as revolutionary. Malema says he's being persecuted for his calls to nationalize mines and to seize white-owned farmland. His populist appeals earned him legions of supporters, but unnerved investors and rattled more conservative ANC policymakers. He was expelled last week by the ANC's disciplinary committee, which found him guilty last year of bringing the party into disrepute and sowing divisions with negative comments about President Jacob Zuma. The ANC turned its original sentence of a 5-year suspension into an expulsion from the party. He is also facing a police investigation into his finances. Malema was a key ally in Zuma's rise to power, but later turned on the president and was seen as a threat to his re-election as ANC leader in December. Given the party's strength, that conference will effectively choose South Africa's next president. Malema has vowed to stay on, saying only the Youth League has the power to change its leaders. He has until March 14th to appeal his expulsion.
There is growing unease in Cameroon's main settlement following the increasing number of baby theft at the country's main health center. Authorities say they are leaving no stone unturned in their bid to get to the bottom of the scandal. Parents whose babies were taken away say the suspects are using the babies for witchcraft. Let's look at this report for more on that.
6 months ago, Vanessa Chachu's baby was snatched from her hours after it was born. Her fight to get her baby back has been making headline news here in Cameroon. It's almost a national cause. Demonstrations have been organized both abroad, like here in Switzerland, and in Cameroon's capital, Yaoundé, in a bid to pressure the government to find the baby's kidnappers.
This type of action is carried out with the help of people inside the maternity hospitals. And kidnappers use their contacts with police officers to keep the victims quiet.
Vanessa Chachu's case is far from being the only incident of baby snatching. Jonas and Ellen found their baby, Diane, 2 weeks after she was taken by a female baby snatcher. The couple recalls the harrowing period that followed the theft of their child.
We missed her so much. We would stay awake all night. We would go into her room. Everything was as it was, waiting for her.
The number of kidnapped newborns is on the rise in Cameroon. The reason, according to some sociologists, may have to do with the practice of witchcraft.
What is shocking to the collective consciousness is that these babies are found dead. They are found dead and buried. The explanation becomes one that involves the supernatural. That is, these babies are used as sacrificial tools, as human sacrifice.
The government in Cameroon has just announced that it's taking measures to reinforce security for newborns in hospitals around the country. Visits to maternity wards will be closely regulated from now on. In the meantime, Vanessa Chachu's
It's time now for the weather report courtesy of the Central Forecast Office.
The Gambia is endowed with a wonderful landscape full of baobab trees. Like its Cape Point in Bakau, it is one of the most exotic sceneries in the world. The baobab tree is a symbol of resilience, wisdom, and resourcefulness. For the baobab tree provides good food in times of hunger, rents its bark for medications, and its sap for glue. In the Gambia, there is a company like the baobab tree, 100% African and purely Gambian in all aspects, in know-how, design, value, capital, and management. That company is Elton. Elton, employing hundreds of Gambians and proudly associating itself with development in the Gambia. Elton, side by side with the Gambia.
Hello, and once again, it's a warm welcome to the weather segment. We begin with a look at today's weather, followed by the forecast. The Gambia has gone through a warm and sunny afternoon. For what will follow, let's begin with a look at the satellite image captured at 16:30 hours, indicating clear skies and dry conditions over most parts of the northern part of the continent. The southern part of Africa will, however, be characterized by rainfall and thunderstorms in the next 24 hours. For our forecast tonight, we're expecting a relatively cool and dry atmosphere across the Gambia, when the day tomorrow will be mainly warm and sunny. Winds will continue to be northeasterly in orientation, but generally light to moderate in speed. Morning temperature values are expected to be 18 degrees Celsius over Banjul, Yundum, and Jinoy. We are expecting 17 degrees Celsius over Kerawan and Sibanor. Kaur will record 18 degrees Celsius, Sapo 19. The rest of the country will be 20 degrees Celsius tomorrow morning. Top temperatures are expected to be 31 degrees Celsius over Banjul in Yundum. We are expecting 33 degrees Celsius over Kerawan and Sibanor. Jinoy will record 36 degrees Celsius. Likewise, Kaur, Sapo will be 37 degrees Celsius, Inyambure 39 degrees Celsius. Basse and Fatoto will be 40 degrees Celsius warm tomorrow afternoon. Low tides are expected to be 0.42 meters at 2 minutes past 3 in the morning, and 0.19 meters at 11 minutes past 3 in the afternoon. High tides will be 1.62 meters at 17 minutes past 9 in the morning, and 1.84 meters at 26 minutes to 10 in the evening. Wave heights will vary between 2 to 3 meters and will be mainly northeasterly swells. The sun will rise at 18 minutes past 7 o'clock in the morning and will set at 19:15 hours. With that, let's now see the international forecast, and it's a very good night to our dear viewers.
And before we take leave of you, a recap once again of our headline-making stories. Qatari business executives are capitalizing on President Jammeh's walking visit to the Gulf